Hey, good morning, church. I pray that all is well with you. Hey, I'm going to start with a saying from Ravi Zacharias, something that he quoted or said, and it was, "Sin will take you further than you want to go. It will keep you longer than you want to stay, and sin will cost you more than you want to pay." I think that's an important saying for you to have in mind as you prepare to read 2 Samuel chapter 11. You see, we've seen David, King David, through some highs and lows, some ups and downs um, as we've studied this story. But today, you're going to read, to me, a heartbreaking tale of what happens in the life of King David. And honestly, to me, it starts in verse number 1, where you see that there's a battle going on, but King David didn't go to the battle. He stayed back. He sent men. He wasn't being the leader that he needed to be. He had become complacent in his leadership. He took his power, his authority, and he used it for himself, to stay back and not be where he needed to be, leading his troops in war. And then as he woke up, he said he woke up at night and went up on his roof, and notice the events that took place. First, he saw someone, and that when he saw the person, then he sent someone to get her. So he saw, then he sent, and then he sinned. That's sometimes the way that sin works in our life. It's a progression in these steps that take place. It might start with a glance or a look, or spending a little bit of extra time with somebody that you shouldn't. And then it continues to grow inside your life. And if you don't stop it at the first point, you'll end up in places that you don't want to be. Sin will take you further than you want to go. It'll keep you longer than you want to stay. It'll cost you more than you want to pay. And that's exactly what we see in chapter 11, because see, David committed the sin, and then he found out who was the husband, and then he had the husband murdered, and so this web of sin just continued to grow. It's, to me, a heartbreaking tale, but at the same time, it's a warning, I think, for all believers to be really, really careful. Guard your heart, guard your mind, be led by the Spirit. I pray that you'll take this chapter and that you'll learn from it. And if anyone that is reading or watching this, if you are playing or messing with fire, watch out, you will get burnt. I would encourage you to stop anything that would not be pleasing to the Lord. Read this chapter and see the damage that can be done. Sin will take you further than you want to go. It'll keep you longer than you want to stay, and it'll cost you more than you want to pay. May God bless as you study this chapter.